Hello friends, it's Dr. Jimmy again, and now the dark of night has fallen on us all. It is again still the lovely day of Thursday, August 11th, 2016. I'm still wearing all those evil kittens. Bob the cat is still sitting on the daybed, even though it's night, staring at me with her evil cat eyes. And I am sadly sober. Today I was very busy making all those videos for all the things that got announced in the last week, from Krampus all the way up to yesterday's big reveals of all the various haunted houses and scare zones and things that are original, not IP, that got released yesterday. All that information, not just from Orlando, but also from Hollywood and Japan. My God! There was a little Singapore release this morning, by the way, a full reveal of Hotka Sent to Massacre. But then we already knew about that house. Video games, cute, fun to play. Recommend go play those games. Get scared. It's good. It's good for you. Gets the adrenaline pumping. But now it's time to forget about sobriety, because the other thing I do whenever there's a house reveal is invent cocktails for the haunted houses. Now it's time for the Krampus cocktail. No, it's time for the Krampus cocktails. Krampus is big enough, he needs more than one tail. He's got 4 tails, at least that's what I'm making. I could make more, but I decided 4 isn't good enough. And I got me inspiration from a scene in the movie itself. But first, I'm going to be doing different cocktails, and so I can't just get up and leave and 5 or 6 minutes later come back with the next one and leave this running. This is going to be the first time I'm going to try to edit bits together. I'm not good at that sort of shit, and by the time I'm done at the end of the evening, I might not be entirely functioning clear-mindedly. So either it's going to get really fucked up, and I will get really fucked up, or I may have to wait till morning to put it all together, like, you know, bits and pieces. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I hope it turns out well. I hope the cocktails turn out well. But getting back to it then, these cocktails are based on a scene from the movie Krampus. Yes, all those nasty relatives come to visit the Engel family, causing all sorts of confusion. It's sort of like Christmas Vacation, only on acid. What happens? One of the nice relatives come visit is that Dorothy. Oh, she's a great big woman. Kind of like Kathy Bates, except she's not played by Kathy Bates. She's played by another actress that reminds you of Kathy Bates and all that Mannheim woman. But similar sort, you know, big feisty woman, doesn't take any shit, tells everybody off, you know, in ways that pisses everyone off. But she doesn't give a fuck. That's the sort of lady she is. And so she has to watch the kids for a minute because everybody's worried about, you know, supernatural shit going on. And she says, what the fuck? Now, the grandmum, Ima, I forget her name, the grand lady, Omi, yes, that's her name, German grandma who knows all about Krampus because she experienced Krampus personally when she was a little girl. She decides to comfort everyone with hot chocolate, just like that, you know, magical doctor lady in at Hogwarts. I forget which one it was. Was it the Hufflepuff one? Anyway, one of the witches that works Hogwarts is a medical one and does all the healing shit. And she knows the best thing when there's a Dementor attack. Dementor, Krampus, not quite the same, but there's some similarities in attacking your basic spirit of goodwill and all that. It's hot chocolate, because that, you know, helps you to deal with that sort of despair. I don't know if hot chocolate can help you with Krampus, but it's going to be the basis of the drinks, because she decides hot chocolate, that's all well and good, but hey, let's make it more interesting and put some peppermint schnapps in it. And that's what she serves to the kids, saying, don't tell mum. So we start with a tribute to Aunt Dorothy. Our first one I have here in my own signature, and I do mean that, my own signature mug. It's got my name on it. I don't know if you can read it. It's one of those things, my brother sent me a gift with it, my name etched on the side. I don't know if you can even make that out. It says Jimmy Walker, I think, or James Walker, I'm not sure which. Same person, and I've already filled it with some hot chocolate up to a certain point, but I left room because the rest is for the Peppermint Schnapps. This is probably one of the best known varieties of Peppermint Schnapps. It's called Rumpelminz. Rumpelminz, of course, comes from Deutschland, I believe, imported, what's it says? Imported flavour. Does it say, what does it say on the side? Say something about product of the USA. That's interesting. That's a lie then. Imported my ass. Oh, maybe they imported the mint flavouring from some other country. Ha! It's supposed to look German. It's got German red, gold, and black colouring with an eagle on the cover. Makes you think it's somehow German, but it's not. It's Peppermint Schnapps, but it's actually made right here in the USA. But that's probably what Aunt Dorothy would have used, because after all, yeah, she's trailer trash. But that's all right. We're going to pour a healthy amount, because Aunt Dorothy was a big girl. I suppose I should stir it with something. Let me go get a spoon. So, spoon. Yes. So I did have to run in the other room after all, but only for the amount of time it takes to retrieve a spoon, which is not a very long time. Oh, minty. So here is, of course, in the movie, Aunt Dorothy stirred it with a peppermint stick. I didn't bother getting a peppermint stick. I suppose there are places you can get one even in August. One of those Christmas shops. I tend to avoid those places until it's actually Christmas time. Christmas belongs at Christmas time. When I do my Who's Who video on Krampus at some point, not tonight, I'll go into a lot of background about the holiday, and I'll have a lot to say about the commercialization of Christmas. But first, here's a lovely first cocktail for Krampus. Oh wow, that's good. Maybe a bit spiked rather heavily. I mean, I just opened the spot one. Look how much I used. Oh dear, I'm afraid I might be a bit schlocked. I must be. Krampus may come early for me. I'll be seeing Krampus. I'll be seeing God knows what else. What the fuck is behind me? I hope that's a reflection of something, because there shouldn't be anything making a light like that outside the window. Oh, it's a reflection of the lamp that's up here. That's right. I wonder how I'd look without the lamp. I hadn't thought of that. It'd be creepy, scary, and dark in here, I bet. Let's not do that. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see. I don't know if I can edit 4 of these videos and not exceed an hour. I may have to edit one, and maybe it'll end up being 4 videos, 4 separate videos. That might be a better idea. My original plan was to edit the videos together, but that means I couldn't spend time enjoying the individual cocktails. And that is important. Well, I could talk a little bit about the commercialisation of Christmas. I don't have to wait for my Who's Who video. I can spend a lot more time going into the pagan background of Krampus and all of that. And I can do my commercialisation of Christmas and shit here in this while I'm enjoying this. Because Krampus, after all, is all about the true spirit of Christmas. Because there's the flip side of that. Santa rewards you for having the true spirit of Christmas. Krampus comes to fuck you up because you don't have the true spirit of Christmas. And you don't have to actually be a Christian to have the true spirit of Christmas. I lived in Japan for 7 years. People there celebrate Christmas. That was back in the 60s, mind you. They had no idea about baby Jesus in a manger. All they knew about was Christmas was a time of giving presents and joy to the world and peace on earth, goodwill to men. That's all they understood. That was enough for them to love it. Of course, the commercialization part got worse and worse, and then there was all about buying and selling stuff. But originally, they thought, this is a cool holiday. It's all about peace and love and having a good time in the depth of cold, frozen, dark winter. And it's, especially if you're up in Hokkaido, where I was, cold, frozen, dark winter, very bad. And they try to cheer it up by having great, the Yuki Matsuri, the Yuki Matsuri, which is the snow festival. They have enormous statues of all sorts of things made out of snow, the most intricate buildings that create, the Taj Mahal, the Eiffel Tower, all the great buildings of the world, fantasy kingdoms, all created out of snow. It's like a fairy tale world. You think Elsa was there, except no one heard of Elsa back then. It was back in the 60s. They still do it though today, in the depth of winter every year. But Christmas was a big deal in Japan, even though the people were Shinto, Buddhist, only little bits of Christians here and there, like the ones my father was there to convert. He was a missionary after all. That was his whole reason for going. So you don't have to worry about, I don't want to celebrate Christmas because I'm Jewish or I'm an atheist or whatever. That's fine. But you can celebrate it without doing the religious part, because the whole idea of peace and giving, and it's something anyone can get into, I think. But the commercialization has gotten ridiculous. I don't think there's anything wrong with making some money and selling presents and greeting cards and bright lights and decorations and even all the wonderful Christmas specials, and even having the fat elf show up at the end of the Macy's parade at Thanksgiving every year. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Christmas originally was 12 days. It started on Christmas Eve, and it went for 12 days after that, ending on 12th night, which is Epiphany, when the three kings came. It's around January 5th, I believe. I think that's right, because that would be 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, January 5th, I did it right, yeah, 12. Even drinking all this schnapps, I can still do math in me head. That's pretty good, considering I wasn't so good at math as a teenager, but that's when I was bored by it. But I've learned to like math a bit more as an adult. I always was smart enough, I just didn't want to, yes. Parents, remember, sometimes your kid's not dumb, he just doesn't want to, he's bored. Some of the smartest kids can get bored with things that are tedious, and that might be why he doesn't do well. Einstein flunked math too for similar reasons, because his mind was out there, see. I'm not saying I'm smart as Einstein. I don't know what his IQ was, but it was a lot higher than 169. Which is pretty damn smart, I think. I'm told I'm not dumb. 169, that's what I scored. Or I should say 169, dude! Kitty. Bob is laughing at me. Ooh, I'm starting to feel a little bit of the holiday spirits. Aunt Dorothy knows how to spread the holiday cheer with the peppermint schnapps there. But where was I? Oh yes, commercialization. What I'm talking about is the fact that it used to be 12 days. Okay, I can appreciate extending the season to the beginning of December. And you can have presents, and I mean, you can have, your stuff in the stores, and decorations, and Christmas specials, and all that stuff, getting into the whole Christmas spirit from, say, December. From the beginning of December. In fact, I can allow going all the way up to the Friday after Thanksgiving, because that day, Black Friday, right? Friday after Thanksgiving, okay, we all saw the old elf come at the end of the Macy's parade, and when we watched that, and that's an ode. It's almost become an ode. I mean, it's over 100 years old now, isn't it? I mean, in the early 20th century when they started Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So, I guess you can say, yeah, all right, Thanksgiving's done. Now you can have Christmas season. I accept that, even though it's a lot more than just 12 days anymore. It doesn't seem to go past New Year's anymore, either, for that matter, unless you're Greek Orthodox. But they start putting out the Christmas decorations to get people buying presents and shit before Thanksgiving, before Veterans Day. And now I'm starting to see this stuff in stores before Halloween. I'm sorry, Mother of God, and I'm not cursing. I mean, isn't she what Christmas is kind of about? Because, she was the one who gave birth on that night. So, yeah. Why would you put out Christmas decorations in your shops before Halloween? I mean, come on, it's bad enough to get them out before Thanksgiving. Let's just have one holiday at a time. Christmas for Christmas time, Thanksgiving for Thanksgiving time, Veterans Day for Veterans Day time, please. Halloween for Halloween time, and before that you have Columbus Day. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know, hypocrite. You start Halloween celebrating all the way. I celebrate Halloween all year round, fuck it. But to say that, Horror Nights are now starting as early as September 16th. That's almost before Labor Day. Okay, all right, I get that. But it's not the same, because you're not decorating all the shops so early. I don't like having Christmas decorations up before Halloween's done. It just doesn't make any sense. Wait till Halloween's over. Wait till Thanksgiving's over. There's no big holiday in September anyway. What, Labor Day? That's not the beginning of the month. After that, there's nothing until you get to Columbus Day and Halloween after that. Columbus Day, if you're Italian, big deal. But if you're not Italian, it's not that big of a deal. So what the fuck? You can put Halloween stuff up in September. That's all right. There's really nothing else, But putting it up before Thanksgiving I think that's bad. And putting it before Halloween is ridiculous. You get a conflict of holidays happening in the stores. I don't like that. It's ridiculous. It's just fucking greed. Try to sell presents earlier and earlier and earlier. What next? What next? They're going to have the Christmas decorations up in September. August is going to go up before the 4th of July. I mean, why take them down at all? Of course, there are year-round Christmas shops, some places. So, I don't think that's right, because that's not what Christmas is all about. I know what you're thinking. What's Christmas all about, Dr. Jimmy? Well, Lucy Van Pelt said it's about parties and giving presents to pretty girls and kisses, because she was hitting on Schroeder, that little slut. But I just finished the first of the cocktails, and it's just 20 minutes. I'm not going to edit 4 20-minute videos together, if that's what it takes. So I'll be doing the videos separately. This is the first cocktail video for Krampus. There are 3 more coming. We're not done with Krampus yet.